Hi, it's going to be a screencast on how you can repurpose presentation programs such as Microsoft PowerPoint or Apple Keynote in order to make your own materials and worksheets and visuals for students. Really, it's quite easy to do. It's all in the toolbars. So I'm going to do a few quick demos. I'm going to start with PowerPoint. When you open up PowerPoint, of course, it wants you to make a presentation. And what we're talking about here is really just repurposing this program because it gives you a lot of flexibility in what you can move around the screen and where you can place objects, which is not really so for Microsoft Word. So I'm going to start by getting rid of the things that they put in initially just by clicking on the border of the boxes and deleting them. Okay, as I said, it's all in the toolbars and especially in PowerPoint. And right now I don't have the toolbars open that I need to do this. So I'm going to do let me just get rid of that smart toolbar. I'm going to go up to View. And up here we can go down to Toolbars. And the ones that are most helpful here are the Formatting toolbar and the Drawing toolbar. So once you've got those open, there's quite a bit you can do in your in making your worksheet. So I'm going to do this as full view just so we can see the slide. So I just want to point out what the toolbar here does. It allows you to insert text boxes, word art. It allows you to insert pictures from clip art or pictures from files, lines and shapes, and play around with all of those things by changing the color if you wanted to make a color worksheet or something like that. So I'm going to start just by showing how to insert a text box. We can just go over here to the A and we can do a simple insert text box for something simple like the child's name. And I'm just using the underscore as a line here, and now we've got name. Okay. So what's great about this is you can put this absolutely any place on the sheet. All right, it can be right there. Much harder to do that in Microsoft Word. You can't really click and drag and place things where you want. Of course, if we wanted to change the font here, we can just highlight the font, go up here, and change the font. Okay. I'm going to go down, just mention the word art feature. Word art is cool. Some people really enjoy playing around with it. When you click and select a certain kind of word art, it lets you put in, and it was using the text because that was highlighted, whatever you'd like, change the font and size, and it makes a nice little word art piece for you if you want to do something like that. I'll get to images in a second, but I just want to point out lines. Lines are really helpful. Maybe you want to make a worksheet that has kids doing words of various kinds, or make even a category sheet, or you're just making category cards to cut up and laminate. You can use the line feature really well. It just allows you to add lines and you can kind of see when they're straight, which is helpful. So I'm making kind of a grid here. Which is real simple. Shapes you can put in anytime. You can just click and drag them out. And with the paint can, if you wanted to add color, you can change the fill color. I'm going to go down here to more fill colors and use the crayon picker, which is the easiest picker, and I'm just going to change the color. Then once you have a shape there, all you have to do is click in it and you can, sorry I double clicked, didn't want to do that. Click in it and you can simply type. So using shapes is a great way to make some graphic organizers for students as well. I want to point out auto shapes, which gives you a lot more choices in what you can add. It has, basic shapes, smiley faces, and when you pick a smiley face, you're just going to click and drag it out, and there you've got your smiley face, which you can change the color of course. Particularly helpful to SLPs are the callouts. So I'm going to just click, I just grabbed a word balloon, and you can do lots of social stories or scripting, whether you use this kind of creepy face guy or any kind of image that you want, and I'm just clicking to get rid of some of those. in addition to word balloons, in the callouts, they also have thought balloons. So you can bring out a thought balloon, and these are easily kind of pointable, so I can click and drag and point the thought balloon towards a character there. Okay, all the lines on any shape that you create are changeable, so I'm going down here to the line thickness, and I'm going to make that call out thicker. I could also change the line color if I want. You can easily change font colors as well. So I'm going to go here to font color, and I'll make it dark blue. So those are just good things to know. I'm just going to do a quick thing about images. Going to go to Safari and get an image. Using the Google field here, I'm just going to look up an image of a child who looks excited, so I can use a thought balloon and replace just a simple smiley face. So I'm going to go here to images, got a nice one here, and I'm going to click over to full size image. Full-size image is always a nice place to work from. Okay, on a Mac, if you want, you can simply, everything's really click and draggable, so you can simply click and drag that over. Okay, it came in quite large, and that's okay. No worries. I'm just going to go out here to the corner of it, and all you have to do is click and drag to resize. Okay, so now I'm just going to layer that excited child over that. And also it's helpful to know that you can arrange objects. See how he kind of blocked out the word balloon? I can go up here to the main toolbar, and I can arrange, and I can send items to the back or front. Let me try that again. I think I sent it to back, so. Bring to front. Okay, so that things look a little bit more seamless that way. So that's helpful to know. If you're working on a PC, you're probably going to have to actually save this image. So all you have to do is right click on it. I control clicked on the Mac, and I can do save image as. Just going to save it to the desktop. And one other way you can get images in is you can just go right here to where it says Insert Picture from File. And that'll bring up the little menu. I'm working on my older computer here that has PowerPoint, sorry. And I can go to the desktop and bring in that picture and just click Insert. But I'm not going to again because that was huge. And you probably won't get as much rainbow balling as I do. As I said, this is my old computer. So I'm going to click cancel. Okay, so this has a lot of potential for making graphic organizers for students or customized materials, vocab cards. You want to be aware, since I took this picture, I didn't really pay attention to where it came from necessarily. If you were going to put something on a website or share it widely, you might want to be a little bit more careful of how you're getting your images, and you could do a Google search. And if you go to images, this is the easiest way to get to it, sorry. The advanced image search, and you can search for images that are labeled for reuse. Okay, if you're going to put something out on the internet, you'll want to search for those kind of Creative Commons images that you can reuse. So lastly, just to show you what that looks like in Keynote, Keynote works a little differently than PowerPoint, but it's also a great way to make worksheets or a tracking sheet for a student to label decisions that they make while using some kind of interactive website is a lot, something that I often like to do. I'm just going to make a white themed presentation here. And again, you just have boxes up that you can get rid of. And you can do much of the same thing. Text boxes can be inserted up here and then edited, of course. And you can insert all these shapes. They have great arrows that you can insert. You can then change the kind of arrow so that it looks more like sort of a crayon-y kind of arrow. Tables are easy to insert. And since this is an Apple product, all you'd have to do is drag images over from your web browser window, and you'll be able to do that. Okay. Besides shapes, you can insert lines really easily. Insert shape, line, any kind of shape here, and I also do have callouts as well that you can use and expand. So that's just a quick little review. You can, the possibilities are all up to you. Really easy to print these, share them with others, and really customize your own worksheets. That's all. Thanks a lot.